On this week's show, Tesla excitement leads traders to buy the wrong stock, Mitsubishi chases down Nissan's UK plug-in lead, and how self-driving car crashes don't appear to be the car's fault. These stories and more coming up next on 10. Enjoying today's show on YouTube and want to read the stories we're referring to today? Either click on the little information bar at the top of this video on selected stories, or head to our website at www.transportevolved.com, where you'll find the latest future car news as well as our buying guides, tech primers, and of course, our weekly show notes. It's Friday, May 15th, 2015. I'm Nikki Gordon-Bloomfield, and I'm really glad you like the new digs because, well, we have worked really hard on them. Thanks. Last week, shortly after releasing its Q1 2015 earnings, Tesla Motors made its first acquisition in its short history, a Michigan-based tool and die company called Riviera Tool LLC, for an undisclosed amount of money. The acquisition will help Tesla expand production of its Fremont facility, where the Model S is currently made and Model X will soon be made, as well as help it produce high-quality manufacturing machinery for its Gigafactory in Reno, Nevada, and of course, its upcoming range of Tesla energy products. But it also had an unintended consequence to cause the penny stock of a now defunct company, the Riviera Tool Company, to rise 12,000%. The pink sheet stock, all that remains from the original company from which Riviera Tool LLC rose following a spot of financial trouble in 2007, hit a peak of 60 cents per share as news outlets and investors erroneously associated it with Tesla. Sadly, for those who jumped on the wrong bandwagon, Riviera Tool LLC is privately held, and so there's no shares to be purchased. Someone's had a really bad week as a result, we bet. Back in late 2012, General Motors made the bold prediction that it would successfully hit a target of 500,000 electrified vehicles on the roads of the US by 2017. That goal, which included everything from its mild hybrid models with e-assist technology through to plug-in hybrids and full-blown electric cars, was to be a triumphant milestone to signify GM's commitment to cleaner, greener vehicles. Thursday last week, however, GM admitted in its corporate sustainability report that it will miss that target by a substantial margin, falling short of its expectations due to low gas prices and high competition from rival automakers. But while it may not hit that $500,000 target, GM says it's committed to electrified vehicles for the long term, with its 2016 Chevy Volt and 2017 Chevy Bolt both set to dramatically increase its electrified vehicle market share. We'll be interested to see just how close those two models can get GM to its lofty 2012 target. Meeting sales expectations won't be a problem for Japanese automaker Mitsubishi in the UK, as its runaway sales success, the 2015 Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid, prepares to overtake the Nissan Leaf EV to become the #1 in the UK plug-in car sales charts. The mid-sized SUV has proven itself a massive hit in a short time on the market, with sales of the first plug-in hybrid on the market to come with DC quick charging capability completely obliterating many other plug-in car sales figures. Indeed, we're based near to the port where the Outlander PHEV arrives from Japan, and there are very few days that don't go by when we see a truck heading off to a dealer somewhere to be snapped up by eager buyers. The massive success of the Outlander PHEV has also done amazing things for the brand as a whole, giving Mitsubishi a 150% increase year on year versus a UK market increase of just 6%. Last year, the Outlander plug-in hybrid finished the year just behind the Nissan Leaf in the sales charts, and while we haven't seen all the UK sales data for Q1 yet, we're guessing it could have already overtaken the practical hatchback as the UK's favourite plug-in. When it comes to plug-in car skeptics, there are few who are as large as Fiat Chrysler CEO Sergio Marchionne. Yet the man who last year begged customers not to buy the Fiat 500e electric car because it lost the firm $14,000 every time one was sold, recently visited Silicon Valley electric automaker Tesla Motors, as well as stopping off at Apple and Google headquarters for good measure. After meeting with Tesla CEO Elon Musk, Marchionne said he was incredibly impressed with what that kid has done of Musk. We're not sure if he was referring to Tesla's all-electric drivetrain or its self-driving technology, but given Marchionne rolled in a Google self-driving car and supposedly talked at length about Apple's rumoured electric car, either is possible. Will this mean an about turn for Fiat Chrysler, which to date has steered pretty much clear of the plug-in marketplace? We're doubtful, but maybe a leopard can change its spots. For as long as we can remember, Californian automaker Tesla Motors has been embroiled in a long-running fight with auto dealer associations and state legislators around the US over its right to sell direct to customers at Tesla stores. So far, Tesla has won some battles, gaining permission to operate its Tesla-owned stores and sell its super sexy electric cars direct to customers rather than through franchised third-party dealerships. In other states, the door has been closed thanks to some pretty harsh anti-competitive legislation. Well, this week, the Federal Trade Commission, that's the US agency tasked with protecting consumer choice and interests, came out in support of Tesla's right to sell direct to customers in the state of Michigan, calling the state's current auto dealer legislation protectionist and damaging to both competition and consumers. Sadly, the FTC can't force states to change their laws, but we're sure Tesla welcomes this heavy-punching consumer watchdog on its side of the boxing ring. Since the first of the current crop of plug-in cars hit the market back in 2011, we've heard plenty of first-hand experience about what it's like to drive an electric car. But with hydrogen fuel cell technology still in its market infancy, first-hand reports from life with hydrogen fuel cell cars is still kind of rare. But this week, thanks to the folks at Green Car Reports, we were treated to the thoughts of two families currently living with a Hyundai Tucson FCV under a limited production lease scheme being operated by the South Korean automaker in Canada and the US. Overall, both families say they're enjoying the pleasure of driving a zero-emission, quiet hydrogen fuel cell car, along with the instant torque and quick off-the-line acceleration that those who drive a battery electric car will already recognise. But like plug-in cars, it seems refuelling reliability, limited access and often broken filling stations does put a ding in the pleasures of ownership, while the Hyundai Tucson's 100 kilowatt fuel cell stack and electric motor are apparently lacking on power when travelling at highway speed. To read the rest of their thoughts, do head over to www.transportevolve.com to check them out. For some time now, the dawn of self-driving cars have led people to worry about what happens when an out-of-control self-driving car jumps the curb and kills innocent children and nuns. But this week we learned that so far, despite being in several accidents, self-driving cars haven't put a single tyre wrong. That's according to a report from the Associated Press, which says that while some of the autonomous vehicles currently being tested on the roads of California have indeed been involved in accidents, there hasn't been a situation where the car's autonomous driving software caused that accident. Instead, of the 4 reported accidents logged thus far, 2 occurred while cars were being driven by a human, and the other 2 occurred when the self-driving car was driving itself, but the key point here is that in each case the car was cleared of wrongdoing. It was either the person behind the wheel of the self-driving car or the third-party driver who hit the self-driving car. Obviously, it's not conclusive, but it does seem to confirm what Elon Musk predicted would happen some time ago. We'll reach a point in the future where cars will be so good we won't trust ourselves to drive anymore. And finally, from its double left-handed apex of turn 2 and 3 to its gloriously fast turn 6 and of course its famous corkscrew, the 2.2-mile track of Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca has it all. And on June 26th it will pay host to the 7th annual Refuel Track Day, giving plug-in car fans a chance to take over the world-famous raceway to celebrate zero-emission race fun. Organised by Speed Ventures, everyone is welcome, from those with a one-off custom-made race vehicle to folks whose vehicles normally do the daily commute. All you need is a vehicle powered by electricity and you're good to go. As with previous years, there are time trials for those willing to tame the track, so do head over to our website to find out more at www.transportevolved.com. Well, that's all the news we can fit in today, so I hope you've enjoyed it thus far. We'll be back next week at the usual time for another show, and since the news hasn't happened yet, well, you're just going to have to tune in to find out what we cover. In the meantime, you can find all the other news that's fit to print at our website at www.transportevolve.com, chat to us on Twitter at transportevolve, or head to our YouTube channel to catch up with our latest shows. As always, there's been a whole lot we haven't managed to fit into today's show, including the latest spy shot of a 2016 Chevy Volt on the road before its official production debut. Cadillac admits that the ELR is overpriced. Toyota and Mazda agreed to work together on advanced fuel cell technology, and what would happen if someone wrote a review of a gasoline car having only ever driven a plug-in car before. So when we're done, be sure to head to our site to read them all. Thanks for watching. I'm Nikki Gordon-Bloomfield, and until next time, keep evolving.